Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna film just a chill, like chatty life update type video and try more makeup. So yeah, I'm not really gonna talk, well, who knows actually, because I might talk about the makeup. I don't really know. I'm also actually gonna like pick out my stuff for my May Shop My Stash. I don't think I ever filmed an April Shop My Stash, or maybe I did. Honestly, I don't even remember, but I'm gonna pick out some products that I want to keep with me upstairs because I don't know if I'm gonna get downstairs once I have our second baby. So I kind of want to have like a little bit prepared so that I don't not wear any makeup next month. So I'm going to start off with this primer from Glow Recipe that I picked out during the Sephora sale. I've been actually really liking it. I'm not really a primer gal, but this one is nice. And I feel like I've worn it in every video that I've filmed recently. And I'm like, oh, I'm not a primer gal, but it's nice. So I don't know why I just put some on my eyelids, but anyways, I just wanted to catch you guys up on life. So I've been mentioning that we're about 2 weeks out from baby, and this time I'm actually having a scheduled C-section, which I don't know how I feel about it, if I'm being honest, because it was kind of like a, I don't know, I feel like I almost didn't really have a choice with being with the kids being so close. I guess our doctor just like kind of suggested us planning for it. And I guess they say like if you had baby within close proximity, there's like a chance that you could like tear your original scar. So they kind of like recommend a C-section. And I think more than that, because you can have a vaginal birth after you have a C-section. I think more than anything, like I never really went into labor with our first daughter, so I think it's kind of nice to have like a end date in sight, because our first one was overdue. Is that what it's called? Also, this video is basically about pregnancy and being a mom, so if that's not your deal, that's totally fine. You definitely don't have to watch this video. But I just wanted to almost like document this moment in time, because I've decided I'm not doing this again. I'm done having kids. Like, this is it. We're gonna have this last girl and then we're done. We're gonna have two. We're gonna be happy. It's gonna be great. I don't want any more kids. I respect people that have more than 2 kids. I would have been happy with just 1 kid. Like, I'm an only child. It doesn't bother me at all if I only had 1 child, but we kind of had like a unplanned surprise with this one, because if you don't know, around fall last year I actually got my first period after having our first daughter, and somehow I ended up having like a really bad, I don't know, I think they say it's toxic shock, which I talked about in a different video at that time when it happened, but it was a very bizarre experience. Anyway, I literally had 1 period after having a baby, and then I was feeling so tired, and I was like complaining to all my friends, and I'm like, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never been this tired in my entire life. And then we found out we were pregnant again, and I was kind of caught off guard because I hadn't like really decided like I was only gonna have like 1 or 2 or anything like that, but we were just kind of getting over that like newborn phase, and like my daughter was getting very independent, and I was like, oh my gosh, I finally see like a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel, as far as like she was starting to walk, and like I was gonna be done like breastfeeding and all this stuff. And it just kind of dawned on me, I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have to do this again. And I wasn't like mentally prepared. And like, I don't want to say I was like sad, but I was kind of sad because it was so unplanned and I just wasn't like mentally prepared to have another baby in my life. So I was a little bit sad. The first couple of months, it was taking me a lot of time to process it and like be okay with it. And honestly, like, if you want to judge me for that, that's totally your prerogative, but it's real emotions that I felt and I want to share it because I feel like, you know, so many people struggle to have kids and I totally am empathetic towards that. And for me, I felt like a lot of like guilt because I wasn't immediately just like happy that I was pregnant. I was a little bit like sad and frustrated and overwhelmed, and I mean I still am, but after some time passed, I was able to kind of like get over that feeling. And now I'm like a little bit more excited like to have two. I think it'll be so nice for our daughter because, you know, people keep pointing out that like it's such a blessing to have a sibling, but like I never had one, so like I don't know any different. But I think it's gonna be really fun for them to have each other, and you know, I can do one more. You know, it's not like we're having twins, so I think I will survive. The hard part has definitely been kind of like not really having a lot of like family support because my parents live in my home country, and they've been trying to move here, but since COVID happened, everything with immigration has been so slow. So I think I like told you guys in one of my life update videos that we were kind of like trying to figure out like what we were going to do with our daughter who's like 1.5, like who's going to watch her, because I think most people kind of rely on family to take care of the one sibling when you're having like a second child, and we don't really have that. And like, you know, you kind of have to plan for it because it is at least a 48-hour hospital stay. And so I was kind of like really worried about it because I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who's going to watch her. Like, I don't want to bring her to the hospital because she's at that age where she's like such a busybody, and I know she's going to want to like pull things, and like, it's not our fault because obviously she's like curious about everything, but I know she's going to want to like pull stuff and, you know, touch it. Like yesterday I had a band-aid on because I had to have a blood test, and she was just so fascinated with my band-aid and she wanted to pull it off. So I'm like, just imagine, because you're like hooked up to so many things when you have a C-section, and I'm like, just imagine her trying to be like yanking on the monitors and like yanking on my stuff. So I don't want to like do that to her, and like, who wants to have a toddler in a hospital room the whole time, you know? So anyway, we got super lucky because my friend had a nanny that they used with their daughter, and she does like a lot of like doula stuff and all the things. So we actually hired her to watch our daughter at our house while we're away. So at least, you know, it's hard because she's not used to this lady, but we're having her come watch her on the weekends now just so they can like get acquainted. But it's like so hard because you're like, oh my gosh, you know, it's my baby, like I want to make sure she's okay, and she has good care. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna be fine, and I don't think I need to worry too much. And I think like we live so close to the hospital that my husband's going to be able to go back and forth and stuff like that. So I wanted to update you guys because I know I had said like, I don't know what we're going to do, and I don't want to leave you hanging about that. And maybe some of you could be in a similar situation because I was like really like struggling with like, who's going to watch her? Who's going to watch her? So I feel like we got really lucky with that because we ended up finding somebody. I just got this during the Sephora sale, so I wanted to try it out and see. It's a pretty color, but I bought a lot of peachy blush. If you saw my last testing new makeup, it was a little bit over the top. Anyway, before I put highlighter on, I want to do an eye look. I'm probably going to use this palette because I want to do a look with like these shades. So yeah, I'm not really going to talk much about it. But anyway, that was like one part of the process, or like our situation that was really like overwhelming me, was what we were going to do with our daughter while our second one was being born. And then the other thing that's been bothering me too is just like health stuff. So I guess I have never had issues with like my platelets, but my platelet count is really low, and basically it's so bananas because I know somebody I follow like a long time ago, they had a baby and they were talking about how if your platelets are low and you're having a vaginal birth, they don't let you get an epidural, which is, oh my God, it's insane, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I know people have kids without medication, but listen, to each their own on that one. But for me, I was like, epidural all the way. So anyway, that's not my problem, but my platelets are low, and our doctor told us that sometimes anesthesiologists, if they're so low, they won't give you a like a nerve block or whatever they do for a C-section. And sometimes if they're so low, they'll just put you to sleep, like totally put you to sleep. And like mine have been going up, but they're not dangerously low yet, to the point where I have to worry about it. But I think he's trying to like prepare us just in case. And like I had to go meet with like hematologist and stuff like that. So we have like plan A, plan B, plan C. Like there's a lot of like steroids and stuff they can give me before the day of my C-section to make sure my platelets are up. But it's just like nerve-wracking because I've never really had, like, I had a C-section the first time, but I've never been under like full-blown general anesthesia. And he was like talking about how I would have to have like a breathing tube, and I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, this is a lot more invasive than I was picturing in my head. So I guess I was like wondering too if I could, like, it kind of sucks because I mean there's a lot of like drawbacks to having general anesthesia too. And then like the one big thing is I won't be awake when my child is born, which sucks because I won't be able to hold her. And they also like the dads have to stay in like a separate room just for like, so that they don't like pass out and stuff like that and like distract from the surgery. So it's a little bit annoying. So I really like hope that we don't have to go that route, and like that my platelets just stay up so that we can meet our baby when she's born. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it because it's interesting to me. It's something that I had never heard of, and maybe it's comforting for people to know that if it's happening to them too, or if, you know, it's something that you guys have experience with, you know, you can definitely share with me. Or if I can like somehow tell them like that's not what I want. Yeah, I would love to hear if anyone has experiences. But it's so funny because with our first labor, it was so kind of like, you know, everything that you think it's going to be like, it's not like that. And I feel like a lot of people that I follow on YouTube are having kids now, and I've seen a few parents that have actually gone through a similar thing that I went through, and it's kind of comforting to know that it wasn't just like an isolated thing, because I felt so, not betrayed, but I was kind of like surprised by everything that happened with our delivery. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it wasn't just an isolated thing. Maybe it happens more than I realized it. So it kind of comforted me in a sense. So I don't know if anyone can relate to that. But anyway, this palette is, it's working out real well for me right now, so I'm happy with that. But so yeah, hopefully my blood cells just stay up and I won't have to have general anesthesia, and we can just do like a nerve block for pain management for surgery, and it'll all be okay. But yeah, I just wanted to update you guys that that's been going on. Other than that, we have a name. I have shared it with like friends, but I'm not gonna like put it out on the internet until she comes. But we picked one out, so that's really exciting. And I have not packed my bag yet, although the suitcase has made it to the top half of our house, so I do have access to it now, and I can start figuring it out. And it's so funny because I think with your first one, you don't know like when they're gonna come, so you pack your bag like quite a bit early. And like I watched so many videos of what to pack for the hospital, and it's so interesting because some people create like a whole vibe, right? They bring like fairy lights and like little like battery powered candles, and they make a playlist. And like the first baby, like I was at the hospital for so long, all I remember is like, I'm glad I packed my bathrobe, I'm glad I packed my pregnancy pillow, I'm glad I packed like comfy sweatpants. And like I think I had like, because I didn't realize I was going to end up in a C-section, so it's nice to have something that either can go above your scar or below your scar. And your scar is like right on typically like where your underwear line is, so it's really not comfy to wear anything that like goes right over there. So this time around, I'm literally, I don't think I'm gonna pack anything really nice. I think I'm just gonna pack like t-shirts and just like these really comfy like non-thick like bralettes that I wear. And yeah, I did order some C-section underwear, which I ordered some when I came home last time, and I didn't love those, and I think I ended up tossing them all because I wasn't thinking I was gonna have a kid right away. And so now I had to reorder some, but I'm hoping I like these ones that I ordered because I didn't like the other ones, and they were like super duper high rise, and I like really hated it. So we'll see. And then of course like I did order some disposable ones too, because those are perfect for the first few days, just because like you just take them off and toss them, you don't have to like worry about cleaning them up and stuff like that. But oh, it's gonna be a process, because I remember little bits of like recovery last time, and it definitely was not easy. So mentally I'm trying to like prepare myself to just like, you know, not freak out too much and just like be patient with myself. And another thing that's happened is my husband actually started working from home, so that's going to be a little bit nice, because I think that, you know, we don't really have anybody else around. So if I ever have like, I'm not feeling well or emergency, I like usually have him come home and like watch our daughter for me and stuff like that, so I can rest. So it's a little bit nice to have him a little bit closer, so, you know, just in case we need to like go to the hospital, he's closer. But that's been kind of an adjustment because we're both home, but I'm taking it one step at a time because it's a blessing right now. It's what we needed, and you know, in the future if we need to reevaluate, then we can do that as well. I wish we had another room upstairs for baby number 2, but we don't. So our plan is to kind of keep her in our room for as long as she can sleep in like a bassinet. And then I think we're gonna transition our older daughter to a toddler bed, and they're definitely gonna have to share rooms. So I think we'll figure it out. I don't know. Listen, people have a lot less in this world and survive, so I think we're gonna be able to figure it out. But a lot of the gadgets we had bought with our first one, we still have around, so we like kept our swing and stuff like that. I did like donate all of her like baby clothes, because I again was not planning on having another one anytime soon, and it was just literally like piling up in our basement. Like I just had garbage bags full of stuff, just like I was gonna give to friends. And then sometimes, you know, your clothes, they just get like stained and stuff, and you can't really like give them to people. Donating and just getting rid of whatever we weren't gonna like use. And then of course, like literally the next week after I did that, I found out I was pregnant, and I'm like, oh great. Like typical, right? Like life just happens when you're not planning it. But anyway, I have bought her like the new one a few like clothing items and stuff like that. And honestly, like I know with the first one, like I had like way too much. Like they really don't need that much. Like as long as you have a few changes of clothes, like it's fine, you know? So that's the update there. As far as my parents go, they have not, they've made a little bit of progress, as in they heard from the embassy and they had to like redo some stuff, but we thought it would go faster, and we were really hoping that they would get here before the birth, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to have another one without my mom, which I'm not too thrilled about, but honestly, it is what it is. Like there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to go with it, and just like, you know, any positive vibes you guys want to put out there for me, I would be so appreciative of it, because I know like for me, I would just have loved to have her here, because you know, this is the time, like at least in like my culture, where you know the mom's like so excited and they're like spoiling their daughter and like making her all her favorite food, and like here I am like 2 kids in, and I'm like, oh, mom. Like there's so many days where I'm like, I want my mom. Like I could cry about it. So yeah, I'm like really ready for her to be here and to spoil me. I'm gonna spray this really quickly. Oh, I gotta remember to shake it. Shake me well. Anyway, I really like how this makeup turned out, actually. I feel like that yellow just needed to be, you know, its own inner corner. It just needed to have a moment, so. Very coconut smelling, but I like it. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm just like, Mom! Like, Mom, can you please come take care of me? I'm like ready to be taken care of. So that's not gonna happen, but I'm hopeful that at least maybe they'll get here sometime soon. I freaking love these lip creams from Lethal. And I forgot to wear the yellow blush again. Dang it. Somebody literally told me, like, don't have that baby until you test out the yellow blush from Lethal. Which I know they were joking, but I put it in a pile back there, I think. So I kind of... Oh, no, it's over here. And so I keep forgetting to reach for it. Maybe I can put on some really quick over the peachy one. Anyway, I can't think of what, oh god, that is very pigmented. I forgot about that. I can't think of what else I wanted to update you guys about, but I just wanted to do like a quick little update and see. And yeah, I'm definitely not pre-filmed, which I feel like I've made that abundantly clear on my channel. So that's all right, because I hardly ever take breaks on YouTube. I feel like I've always been like a consistent uploader, and it's finally just like, you know, I've made peace with it. Like, hopefully my channel doesn't get completely abandoned by you guys, but if it does, it is what it is. I'll come back, I'll do more content, and it'll be totally fine. But yeah, it's just kind of a wild feeling, because I feel like I've been trying so hard to get my channel to grow, and it's just a weird time, I think, in the beauty community. Just because, like, who was I watching the other day? Somebody was saying like how it was Leah Janae. She did a Q&A, and I really enjoyed what she was saying. She was like, all the big YouTubers kind of left YouTube to go to TikTok, and it kind of finally gave people that were in like that 100K like category, like the chance to kind of like build up their channels. And like things were going pretty well for my channel for a while, but it is what it is because you can't have everything sometimes, right? You can't have like 2 little kids and, you know, keep everything, like keep all the plates spinning at once, I guess. So I feel like I've finally come to the point where I've made peace with it. You know, sometimes I would get like super down about like not getting the amount of views I used to get, but I'm also like looking at other channels and I'm like, they have way more subscribers than me and I get like the same amount of views as these big channels. So then at least I feel a little bit better about myself. But I'm just happy to have like, you know, brands that still want to work with me and that I still get to do this. And I definitely plan on intending to do this for a while because I just love it so much. And like to be like a full-time YouTuber is like a dream come true. And even though I'm not like making like, you know, a full-time YouTuber income out of it, I still feel like, you know, I get to stay home with the girls, watch them, take care of them, and then when they are like occupied, then I get to do this. I still get to be KARENHARRIS makeup on YouTube. I still get to try new palettes and I can like still manage to like buy myself some makeup that I want. So it's like worked out, you know. You just gotta, in my mind at least, I feel like I gotta count my blessings because it could be a lot worse. So I'm very interested to see if YouTube's gonna make a comeback. I feel like it already kind of is, but I also feel like for people that are like, should I start a channel? I think I talked about this once in a video and I was like, you know, it's not really the best time to start a YouTube channel unless you're gonna start it literally for just for fun. And I just feel like a lot of people are kind of on like no buy journeys and low buy journeys, which is totally fine. And that's like the one beautiful thing about YouTube is that most people make money on AdSense, so you don't have to like buy stuff to support your creators, whereas I feel like that's like the main thing with TikTok and Instagram is a lot of sponsored content. And I don't know if I talked about it in my video about like if TikTok's gonna get banned, like do we care kind of thing, but what I've heard, Instagram took their Reels monetization away. So, you know, that was like, I wasn't making like a ton of money on Reels, but I'm guessing if you had like a big Instagram following, your Reels were probably doing pretty good for you and bringing you some income. But I don't know, I think like in my mind, I have a sneaky suspicion that Instagram is maybe not doing so hot. So I think it's going to be very beneficial to Meta if TikTok gets banned because, you know, at the end of the day, I think like corporations do make the world go around a little bit. So I wonder if they're waiting to see if they'll be, you know, kind of like one of the only social media platforms if TikTok goes away. Facebook, well, Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, which are like 2 huge platforms. And I think TikTok was definitely eating up Facebook's market share. And now if TikTok goes away, maybe Instagram and Facebook might make a comeback. But honestly, like I just keep Facebook around to keep up with like family and stuff, but this is really overrun by elder millennials and like the baby boomers, and so I feel like I don't really update anything on there. But this is the look. Sorry for this rambly video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I might do a Q&A, we'll see. I would love to do one actually, but I never like find the right time. Also, I don't think I'm gonna put earrings on or anything, but man, I really like this look. I really like how it turned out. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below letting me know how your day is going, and I will see you in another video very soon. or maybe not actually. Maybe I won't see you in another video very, very soon, but definitely make sure you follow me on Instagram as well as here on YouTube, because I will keep you guys updated on the community tab when we have baby number 2. So yeah, catch you later. Bye!